What is up, you guys? Hi, guys. What's up? Yeah, hope y'all liking the vibes. I think I'm loving this setup. I told y'all last week. Hold on, let me cut my little music down. Make sure it's not loud. But I told you all last week that I just needed some time. Just give me a little second. Life was lifing. I was rushing. I just was doing a whole lot. And I was like, okay, I need to get my podcast back together. You know, it's a lot running a podcast and doing a bajillion other things at once. You know, I'm doing this new series on my TikTok, things to do in the spring and summer. And I actually just had one video go viral. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to another spot on Friday. I went to this cute little coffee bakery shop today. So definitely make sure you're supporting that. But I've been doing that over on Deja D on TikTok and Instagram, you know, getting those places together, getting those businesses and brands and stuff lined up for that. Then I've been working my full-time job, which is what it is. It's spring break this week, so I'm kind of pressed about it. And then I've been doing social media management for the cosmetic company that I work with. So I've been handling their stuff as well, on top of just Deja and going to the gym. I went to the gym today, and then, you know, just trying to make sure that's cool. And then I told you all I got my hair cut, so I had to make sure my hair was good. But the last video I recorded, it was kind of like an in-between day. I had slept on my hair or whatever. This is my first time doing my hair since I got my hair cut, really doing a whole okay, wash, deep condition, everything, and it's looking so good. And guys, I think I came to the realization that I'm gonna say bye-bye to the perm. I think I'm gonna say bye to her. I don't know if I like all the chemicals process, but we'll see. I might be putting a perm on my head the next week, but I think I'm gonna say bye to the perm and back to my natural stuff. But I'm still planning on keeping my hair cut short, so whatever. That's just a tit for tat. So yeah, just balancing all of that kind of was catching up to me, and then running a podcast on top of okay, I have my Deja stuff, then I have Deja's Daily Dose, and then like I said, I always tell y'all, make sure y'all follow TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. So it's okay, coming up with that, and then writing the podcast episodes and editing the episodes. It just got a lot, and I'm probably missing a bunch of other things on the list of things going on in Deja world. But nonetheless, we're here. I said, give me a week. Just please, just give me a week, please. So that week is here. What is up? It's Monday that you all are watching this. I hope you all are getting ready to start this new month out great. Is it April yet? I think it's April. When you all are watching this. I'm filming this on the 27th. I pre-record the episodes, of course. But it should be April, so I'm super excited. What does April have in store for us? Hopefully April brings me time to do this actual calendar right here, my content calendar in my content room. But guys, another thing before we get into the episode, I'm sorry I'm all over the place. It's just what's up, girl? What's up? I haven't seen you in a week. Hey. Literally, that's how it is. What's up, girl? I haven't seen you in a week. Two things, and then I'm going to get into the podcast. I promise. If you're listening, if you're watching, just please, two more things. One is, look, I just said all of that. I don't even know what I'm saying. One is, I don't know. Let me just say the first thing I was thinking. Make sure you all are checking out my content on Deja D. We finished our upstairs as far as most of the furniture and stuff for the living room. We got our TV stand. We got a rug. So that's been super, super cute. And I'm really loving that. So make sure y'all check that out. I shop my Amazon storefront. It's linked below. And then I forgot the last thing. If it comes up to my mind, then it does. But make sure you all are following Deja's Daily Dose. And make sure you follow me. So let's get into today's episode, okay? And it is titled, I Just Need Some Quiet Time, because let me tell you something. Sometimes I just need for everybody to just leave me alone and get about my face. Raise your hand if you are not used to setting boundaries and letting people take all of your time, and you never have any time to do anything for yourself. So you let yourself go and you live your life to please other people because you do not even have time to process and think and breathe and spend time to try to figure out what you want to do with yourself. You see how I ain't raised my hand? Because I don't do it no more. I used to do it. That used to be one of my guilty things. And even just now, how I read through my whole to-do list and my Shazam and life is going to life. Like life is going to life. Things are going to happen. You know, you're going to get busy. You're going to get overwhelmed. Like nobody's saying it's going to be smooth sailing all the time. However, you can learn to set some boundaries for yourself. So it's like the chaos is really just coming from you either procrastinating or just getting overwhelmed in like the natural elements of life. But it's not coming from you giving, and overstepping with your boundaries. You have to, you know, and excuse me if I'm reading. Y'all know I write these episodes. If I don't, then I'll be mumbling and jumbling like I did the first 4 minutes of this podcast. But you have to sometimes, you know, set a boundary. And in this episode of the podcast, you know, I sometimes like to be like, oh, like, let's be nice about it, or like, do what you want and X, Y, and Z. But like, you know, we're season 2, episode 13 into the podcast. And it's like, if you're listening to me, you're listening for a reason. And it's because you kind of trust something that I'm saying, or you have respect for what I'm saying at some point. And you have to trust me when I say that setting boundaries for your time is necessary. No, I do not know it all. I'm growing. I'm 22. But I am at a point in my life where I'm old enough to make whatever decisions I want, and that I could do what I want and however I want. And I'm not always confident in everything that I'm deciding to do. So sometimes I have to shut out the noise and everyone's opinion and process what Deja actually wants to do. Sometimes it's not always about needing quiet time for decision making. Sometimes it could be quiet time to just go take a shower or take a bath. Sometimes it's just quiet time to take care of yourself, to play your music and to do your makeup. Like me just now, before I even did this podcast, I was recording with a brand deal that I'm working with, or a brand partnership for this content campaign. And I just needed some quiet time to just get my work done, just shut my door, you know, do my hair, play my tunes, I love listening to like podcasts and like interviews and stuff like that. And so just sitting in here, you know, just playing my music, watching my podcast, watching my interviews, to just get myself in the zone to do my content. And it took me some time, but I needed that quiet time. I needed time to get my work done without chaos, without no confusion, without me hustling and bustling and rushing and do everything. And in the process of getting my work done, cater to me, get my mind right for this podcast episode I'm about to shoot, i.e. right now. But yeah. When I'm at work, sometimes I put my beats on my ears and just sit and get my work done when I'm at the office. I like to listen to my Carlos King, and he talked to the ladies to Marry to Medicine. And, you know, I just need my quiet time. You need that time. And, you know, even as crazy as it might sound, you need that time away from your kids. If you have kids, you need that time away from your friends. You need that time away from your boo. You just need that time to yourself. Shoot, right now I'm down here with the room shut and I'm spending time on my work, on my episodes. Even as I wrote this, I put, you need time away from your boo, as far as just like sitting, you know, you could live in the same space. But as I was writing this episode, I'm sitting here with my headphones in, typing on the couch, writing the episode. You're sitting on the couch playing your game. Like, that's our quiet time. Time to say just nothing and just exist in a world full of noise. Maybe if people did a lot less talking, we would go a lot further. People need to start listening and enjoying the quiet within the space, within the room. Less time and more time reflecting. Less noise, less drama. Child, I use this phone like a kid uses their tablet. I don't have to talk to too many people. That's too much noise. I have friends that I call and I check up on. I'd be like, hey, you know, I'm just sending you some love. I texted Tiana. Shout out to Tiana for watching the video. I was just sitting while I was getting my hair done at the hair salon. I'm just like, I've been putting it off for a little while, or every now and then I'll have like a moment like, let me text Simone, let me text Sade, let me text Tiana, let me do a little checkup, you know, let you know I'm thinking about you. Let me text Bree, let me text the other Bree. Let me just do a little quick little check-in, you know, do my due diligence of being a friend as well. And just, you know, let you know I'm thinking about you. seeing how things going. If you've told me about something that you had going on, like maybe you're starting a new job, maybe you're doing this, maybe you're doing that, like, hey, how's this going? What's up? What's the updates with this? Like, how is it going? I'm just thinking about you. I do my check-ins with those people. I do check-ins with family, calling on my grandma, calling my aunties, talking to who I need to talk to. And that's fine for me. I don't need to be having, I think at one point, when I was in like maybe high school or early college days, I had this like idea that I needed to be talking to all these people and all these group chats and sitting and texting people all day long. I don't need that much noise. I'm busy. I have shit to do. I don't have time to just sit and talk to people and text people all day. When my boo is away from me, it'd be like, girl, like, I don't even got time to really text you. I'm making an effort to text you. But if I was trying to sit here and text everybody in the whole world that I knew, I wouldn't be able to get nothing done. I wouldn't, and that's the truth. But yeah, I use my phone like kids use tablets. I don't sit there and I don't talk to too many people. That's just too much noise. I don't need to hear ding, 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 ding on my phone all day unless it's a deposit hit in my account or that an order arrived to my door. Or, the only person that's really blowing up my phone is Fashion Nova blowout sale. Having too much noise brings anxiety and stress. We see people deleting social media and just limiting the noise in their life, which is fine. I was at church. I can't remember if it was last service or the service before, one of the most previous services. He's doing a series talking about like bringing back your joy and just bringing back the peace in your life, bringing back the joy in your life, on how the world and outside elements can steal your joy, and just basically how you need God. And, he's doing that type of series. Shout out to people who are tuned into Union Church. I watch Union Church. It's a church in the DMV. And yeah, I love the pastor. I love his messages. He's doing a series in the series of March, and it was talking about just bringing back your joy. So shout out to people who are tuned into that. That's the church I go to, if you all are wondering. But anywho, he said previously just how, when you're in the midst of like getting in like decision making, like I said, sometimes you need to quiet the noise when it comes to decision making, especially when we're talking about navigating life through your 20s. And he made the comment that sometimes, you might be talking about something or you're going through something, whether it's a tough time at work, whether it's whatever it is, whatever situation is you're going through as far as your anxiety, depression, and you'll hear people and they'll call you and they'll talk about it in a very negative light or just bringing it down. Like you could get on the phone and you're like going through a very stressful time and your mom is just like adding heat to it or bringing more negativity, like, oh, I remember when so-and-so did that and the business failed and this happened and this happened. It's just like sometimes you just need to close off the noise. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just need that quiet time with yourself. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, sometimes, you could get advice from other people. You could tell me about how this person started this business and it failed. You could tell me about how this person got into this relationship and it didn't work. You could tell me about how this person did X, Y, and Z, but that's not me. That's not the plans that God has for me. That's not the decision that I want to make. And that's cool that you could give me information. It's cool that you could get on social media and everybody's talking about something going on, or you're doing the research on something, or you're doing, you're getting outside noise coming into your bubble. But it's important that we close off the noise. Like my pastor says, sometimes you just gotta, all right, I'll talk to you later. All right, okay, love you. And just get, shut it off, no matter who it is. Hang up the phone. But yeah, sometimes you just are too vulnerable and you don't recognize it, but you're sometimes vulnerable and you need to shut off the noise. When I graduated, I had a lot of noise. And when we talk about post-grad diaries, I had to make really big decisions when I came down to graduation. I made the conscious decision to shut off the noise. It wasn't an influence from my parents. It wasn't an influence from my grandma. It wasn't an influence from my partner. It wasn't an influence from my friend. It was more of a Deja and God, and just what does Deja want to do with her life? What does Deja truly want? And I know that was it last episode? No, it was the episode before that. I think it was episode 10. I'd rather sit and be patient than to work for something I'm less. And I told you all how I wasn't really sure on what I was going to do post grad as far as career. I knew what I wanted to do or ideas. Like I knew I wasn't going to be flat on my booty, but I wasn't 100% sure when it came to that. But I was 100% sure of the fact of like, I want to work, I want to move out, and these are the things that I need to do and things I want to do. But I was also 100% sure on just what I was trying to do as far as where I was trying to go, and who I was trying to be around. And I knew what it would be like to be home. I think I told you all in the episode of I'm not running away from home. I'm just choosing to break the cycle. As far as like, I knew what it would have been like to be home. And I was just like, I needed quiet time for myself. And I think I've told this story before, but I never gotten into full detail on after graduation. I was by myself. I was by myself at graduation. My family and stuff had came, but it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. And that's literally the only way I can describe it. But they came, and after graduation, I shut off all the noise. I said, thank you all for everybody who coming. Have safe travels back to the DMV. And I drove myself to graduation. And if you've been to Hampton University, when we graduated, I was in the liberal arts department of psychology. We were in the convocation center, which is all the way in the front of the school. And I parked my car back where my dorm was by Muff, i.e. the cafeteria parking lot, like that cafeteria parking lot. So I told everybody literally up there by convocation center, I said, thank you all for coming. Have safe travels back to the DMV. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And I put on my flats. Underneath my gown for graduation, I had my a little mini purse on, and I had my car keys in there. And I just was like, thank you all for coming. Happy Mother's Day. Bye. And I walked all the way from Convocation Center by myself all the way to my car at the cafeteria. And I just went. And I kept moving my stuff from my dorm into my girlfriend's apartment. I just kept moving everything. And that was it. That was it. That was it. That was the last time I spoke to a lot of people. And I just really needed that. I really needed that time to bash in the fact that I graduated. I needed that time to enjoy every emotion that I had, and not necessarily enjoy, but to endure every emotion that I had, to give myself that time to really feel how I felt. Everybody was asking me, my parents and my grandma and them, they were like, you don't want to go out to eat or anything? And I needed quiet time. I didn't have time or energy to sit to laugh with people. I didn't have time and energy to take pictures with people. I didn't want to. I didn't feel like that was necessary for me. I didn't feel like it was genuine of them. So I needed quiet time for Deja, and that is what I did. And I respected my feelings in that time. And that's how I left my graduation. And I needed quiet time to decide on what I wanted to do as far as if I was going to move back home, what that would look like for me and my mental and my emotions and everything. And I needed time to decide if you do decide not to move home, what that would look like. And I made the decision, and I like my decision. I made my decision, and I like my decision. And sometimes you just need that quiet time. It's not a want. It's a need. You need it. You need it. You need it. You need it. Life is going to stay busy. Things are going to come. That's one thing that I can say with adulting, that I am now getting used to, because when I first graduated, it took me a long time to get where I'm at maturity wise. And I also needed to get settled in life post grad and recognize that, okay, there's no more school. There's no more routine. There's no more step one, step two. We've talked about this in this season of the podcast on how when you graduate, it's step one, it's step two, or before you graduate, it's step one, it's step two, it's step three, it's step four. It's such a schedule to when now when you're life post grad, it's almost been a year since I graduated. I graduated in May and we're about to hit April. We're in April when you all are watching this. So it took some time. But I'm at that point now, I'm working, I'm settled. Like I told you all earlier in the podcast, we got our upstairs together. Like we're getting more and more furniture, watching the place come together, really going and doing things around the city. I'm so excited, you guys. By the time you all are watching this episode, she's already gone. But I was able to get my grandma a train ticket. So she is coming out here this weekend. And by this weekend, like I said, I'm filming this on the 27th, Wednesday the 27th. So she comes tomorrow morning and she'll be here. I'm dropping her off Monday morning back to the train. Bye, grandma. I got to go to work. But long weekend, Easter weekend. So I'm super excited for it. I have some cool things planned, but you all have to check that out on my Instagram and my TikTok. So yeah, you need quiet time. You need time. It's not easy to set boundaries and request that time for yourself, but do it. Even like I said, you need that quiet time away from your friends to do things for yourself, whether that's taking care of yourself, whether that's taking a bubble bath, whether that's just getting to know you. You got to get to know you. Even me, I live with my partner. I love it. I love that we have our space, but I have my room. I have the room where I can shut the door and I can get my content done. I have a room where I can, be Deja and I can see her in the walls and I can see her in the air and I can smell her perfume and her clothes and everything like that. I have that. You need that quiet time at work. Put your headphones on, spend some time. No, I cannot talk to y'all. I'm not going to lunch with y'all. I need lunch with myself. We work together. We sit in this office all day together. I'm going to lunch by myself. I need that quiet time of just me in the car, playing my music, singing. I need it. I need my bubble baths. I need my time to watch my tablet while I'm cooking or doing my nails or doing my makeup or whatever your girl is doing. I need that. I need that time to every now and then. Okay, Deja, you could go get your hair cut. I have not got my hair cut, y'all. I haven't went to the hair salon. I got a haircut in so many years, but I pushed myself. Babe helped me too. She had to give me a little encouragement, like, girl, you need to go get your hair done. You be slacking and you put everything else before yourself. You can definitely go do that. So got my hair cut and I'm feeling good about it. Y'all saw my little pixie was growing out, y'all, but she's can you see? Mm-hmm. If you listening, you gotta come and see. I put these curls in it just now, but the cut got a little shape to it now, so I'm feeling myself. But yeah, you guys, you need that quiet time. You need it. You're growing up. You're going through your 20s. You're going to be faced with a lot of times when you have to make really just like big decisions, whether that's getting a new job, whether that's, okay, I'm going to get a car, whether that's I'm going to get in a relationship, whether that's I'm going to move in, whether that's I'm going to have a kid, whether that's I'm going to get married, I'm going to do this. You need quiet time to, shut out the noise. This isn't your mama's life. This isn't your grandma's life. This isn't your auntie's life. This isn't your homegirl's life. This isn't your boss's life. This isn't your kid's life. This isn't nobody's life but yours. And you need that quiet time with you and whoever you believe in. It's me and God. And I need that time with him to say, you know what? Let me shut out all the outside noise. Let me shut off the Twitter, the Instagram, and everybody else's opinion and see what I want to do with my life. You just need it. You need quiet time. Alrighty? So set those boundaries. That's your homework for the week. Set the boundaries. Let me know what you think of this week's episode. Next week's episode is called I Give a Fuck, but I really don't. And I'm excited to share that with you all. Let me know what you all think about this little setup with the lights. I cut the big light off and I just have this lamp. And I like it, my little sunset lamp. So let me show you all. If you all are listening, you don't know, but I love the little pink lights like this. You see my camera's adjusting. And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good enough, cause you can't really see me. But I was like, okay, let's just cut. Okay, let the camera adjust. Let's cut the lamp on. You can kind of see the pink vibes a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you all think. I love this setup. I feel like it's a lot more cute and cozy. But thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. I love you, and I'll see you next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherever you're tuned into the podcast, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. I'm your host, Deja D, and this is Let Me Tell You Something.